What if everything we know about horses is incomplete? Not fantasy, not fairy tales, but fragments of a forgotten history buried somewhere deep in human memory. Because thousands of years ago, civilizations across the world described the same impossible creature. A horse with massive wings, a glowing horn, and the ability to disappear into the sky. The strange part? These civilizations had never even met each other. Yet ancient cultures from Greece to Persia, India, and medieval Europe all described nearly identical beings. A flying horse, a sacred horn, a creature connected to storms, the heavens, and the gods themselves. Coincidence? Or evidence of something history forgot? In ancient Greece, the creature had a name: Pegasus. According to legends more than 2,500 years old, Pegasus was not an ordinary animal. It was said to be a creature born from the heavens themselves. Ancient poets claimed its wings could create storms powerful enough to shake mountains. Its hooves were believed to strike thunder from the sky, and some stories even claimed its eyes glowed during violent storms. To the people of ancient Greece, Pegasus was more than mythology. It represented power, freedom, and something humanity could never fully control. Even today, images of Pegasus can still be found carved into ancient temples, coins, and ruined stone walls across Greece. Most historians call these symbols of imagination. But there's one problem with that explanation. The stories didn't stop in Greece. Thousands of miles away, ancient Indian mythology described divine horses descending from the sky. Persian legends told stories of glowing white horses crossing mountains without ever touching the ground. And deep within the forests of medieval Europe, stories spread about mysterious horned horses that disappeared whenever humans got too close. Different cultures, different languages, different religions, yet somehow the same creature appeared again and again throughout history. A horse, wings, a horn, and over time, people began asking a dangerous question. What if these stories were based on something real? At first, historians laughed at the idea, but then archaeologists began uncovering strange discoveries. Ancient cave paintings hidden in remote locations showed horse-like figures with unusual shapes around their backs and heads. Some looked almost like wings, others resembled long horns. Scientists dismissed them as symbolic drawings, but not everyone agreed, because the drawings kept appearing in completely different parts of the world. And once again, the descriptions were disturbingly similar. Then came the theory that changed everything. What if ancient humans had encountered creatures that no longer exist today? It sounds impossible, but thousands of years ago, Earth was a very different place. Massive forests covered entire continents. The climate was colder, and giant animals roamed the planet, creatures that are now completely extinct. So some researchers began wondering, could early humans have seen rare animals that slowly disappeared over time, eventually becoming myths and legends? No evidence has ever proven this theory, but no evidence has fully erased it either. And that uncertainty is exactly what keeps the mystery alive. According to ancient stories, these creatures possessed abilities ordinary animals did not. Their horns were said to glow before storms arrived. Their wings created winds powerful enough to shake forests, and wounded animals supposedly became calm in their presence. Some legends even claimed the creatures could sense danger long before humans could. But then, something changed. The stories began evolving. The oldest legends described these creatures as gigantic and godlike, but centuries later, the wings became smaller in artwork and carvings. The horns became less detailed, and eventually, they disappeared completely, almost as if people were describing a species slowly fading from existence. Some historians believe this happened because myths naturally changed over time, but ancient legends tell a darker story. They claim the creatures didn't vanish all at once. Instead, they slowly weakened. The first thing they lost was the ability to fly. Generation after generation, their wings became smaller, weaker, until eventually they disappeared completely. After that, the horns began to vanish too. One forgotten legend even claims the final horned horses destroyed their own horns before death, so humans could never use their power. And after that, only ordinary horses remained. Modern horses are still powerful animals, fast, intelligent, emotional. But compared to the beings described in ancient mythology, they almost feel incomplete, as if something was lost somewhere along the way. And maybe that's why horses still fascinate humanity today. Even now, travelers in remote mountains and forests sometimes report hearing strange hoofbeats during storms, despite there being no horses nearby. Others claim they've seen giant winged shadows moving through clouds during lightning storms. Most scientists dismiss these stories as imagination, but mysteries survive for a reason, because every myth usually begins with something real, a real place, a real event, or sometimes a real creature. And perhaps that's why stories about winged horses have never truly disappeared, because somewhere deep in human memory, we still remember a world where horses once ruled the skies. If this story made you question history, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe now, because the next mystery might be even darker than this one. And tell me in the comments, do you think winged horses were only myths, or could ancient humans have seen something real? Don't forget to subscribe for more forgotten legends, ancient mysteries, and stories history still can't explain. Because sometimes the truth hides inside the myths.